What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SuperThwak podcast. This is episode 71. Thanks for tuning back in. We have quite the news to go over today, so let's not waste any time. What do we have?
Yes, first we have an interview with the majority of the cast from The Batman.
Yes, sir. Second story. DC just dropped a trailer which features 4 movies that are coming out this year, and we get some interesting clips.
Yes, and lastly, we have a little bit of a breakdown of the Peacemaker TV show and our initial thoughts on the first 6 episodes.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in for episode 71. We hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just
thank you for watching.
thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
yes.
Do it! Do it!
I had Meatloaf in my head. His name was Robert Paulson.
Oh, was that his real name?
No.
Then I don't know what you're talking
Fight
about.
Club. He's Bitch Tits Bob.
Oh, yeah.
And when he dies, his name was Robert Paulson. His name was Robert
Yeah.
Paulson.
Okay.
It's the only character from that film that I can remember their name like flawlessly. Maybe Marla.
Marla is the... what are you making that face? She's the chick from Harry Potter and all that shit, right?
Yeah, that would not be my pick, but yes, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, hell in the bottom. Hell in the bottom.
She has a hell of a bottom.
Does she?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, she's fucking... Yeah, she's in the Harry Potter movies.
I would have picked a few movies before that, like Alice in Wonderland.
I try to, forget that movie even exists. To be honest. She has a fat ass head in that movie.
I mean, my go-to is obviously Fight Club, but she's also Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp.
Yes, and Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp.
Which makes you kind of wonder why they never got together. They seemed like they would fit together.
Because Helena Bonham Carter was... why can't I think of his name right now? The director. Tim Burton's wife. Baby mama.
Right. Oh, baby mama.
Yeah, they have a kid together.
Okay.
I don't think they ever got married, though. But, clapping cheeks.
Clearly.
I'm trying to think of what else she's really in, though, off the top of my head.
That's all I ever think of. Harry Potter, Alice in Wonderland, Tim Burton.
Yeah, it's definitely Tim Burton stuff.
She was in Pirates, right? Was she in Pirates?
No.
She wasn't in any of the Pirates movies?
But he also didn't direct any of those.
Well, no, I know that, but...
because of Johnny Depp.
yeah.
She was in Corpse Bride. She's the Corpse Bride.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. She was also in... Nah, never mind, that wasn't her.
what were you thinking?
No.
Say it!
No. I'm not going to say.
All right. My phone's going to die, but I'm going to pull her up real quick just to...
I'll do it so your phone don't die, and then you don't get yelled at, and then it's...
Why didn't you call me on your way home?
Helena Bottom. Oh, it's Bo Bonham. Helena
What did you think it was?
Bottom. You said bottom.
As a joke, the second
okay.
time.
Oh, she's 55. She
Really?
went to South Hampstead High School and Westminster High School. Really? I didn't know she was from here. Oh, that's from fucking Westminster, London.
Yeah, London.
Her parents are Raymond Bonham Carter. She only has a dad. That's all. It's okay. Let's look at her fucking filmography.
Her IMDb.
Oh, you go to IMDb?
I love IMDb. IMDb is my jazam.
Jizz.
I know, I realized that as soon as I said it, I was like, I fucked up.
So, she was in Ocean's 8.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
She was in Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yes.
Cinderella, the Lily James one. She's the fairy godmother in that movie.
Never watched it.
Wow.
Really? She would terrify me as a fairy godmother.
She was in The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp.
Is that a Tim Burton film?
No. That's a Jerry Bruckheimer movie, I want to say.
Okay.
Let me see.
Did they eat people in that
Gore
movie?
Verbinski. This is the same director as Pirates.
Oh, okay. Did they eat people in that movie?
In Lone Ranger? I've never seen it.
Oh, I was just assuming Army Hammer's in it, so.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
She was in Les Mis.
Really?
Everyone was in that fucking movie. Dark
fair.
Shadows.
Yes.
Harry Potter, and we all know that Harry Potter. King's Speech,
Didn't know that.
which was a Oscar winner. Terminator Salvation. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah, she plays his mom in the remake.
Yep. A Series of Unfortunate Events. The film. Big Fish.
Who the fuck was she in that film?
She was Beatrice Baudelaire. Uncredited role.
Baudelaire?
Yeah.
Their mom?
Yeah, she was like a small. That's why it says uncredited.
Oh, okay.
She probably did it for a favor.
Sure.
As a favor, I mean. Planet of the Apes, the Mark Wahlberg one.
I remember that.
Women Talking Dirty.
I
don't know what that is. I just wanted to read it like that. Fight Club.
Yes.
Everything else looks old and British.
Old and British.
Yeah, it's all TV and shit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically the.
So we weren't far off.
No.
How was your week?
My week was pretty
swear
good.
to God. Swear to God.
My week was pretty good. I don't know. I didn't go to work on Wednesday.
Why?
I woke up and I was like hella nauseous for some reason. I threw up twice.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, so I didn't go to work Wednesday, so that was kind of cool.
Nice.
I downloaded the Hitman trilogy.
The
it's on Game
new
Pass.
trilogy? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. How you like it?
It's pretty cool.
I there's a lot of replayability with those, but I found that like once I finished them the first time, I was like, I don't want to go back.
Okay. I'm on the third mission on the first one.
Okay.
The one where you're like in Morocco or some shit.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. That's not the racetrack one, is it?
No.
Okay. That must be the second game then.
Yeah. So when I first played, I just ran around punching everybody, and then I went back and did the missions. But it's pretty cool to do. It's kind of you gotta be stealthy.
Yeah. I will say I miss the old gameplay style because it's a little bit different.
This is the first time I've ever played Hitman. Period.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hitman 2, when I was a kid, still stands as one of my favorite video games.
Is that like contracts?
No, it's like
Because I know there's Hitman.
linear storytelling. Like there's no
No,
contracts.
I mean like the name of the game.
Oh no, it's just Hitman 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because they all have subtitles.
Not the first two. Because
Okay.
then after that you got like Blood Money and all the other ones. But Blood Money was good, but what was the one right after Blood Money?
For 2012, I think.
Yeah.
It was called Hitman.
Absolution?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was fantastic.
Okay.
But Hitman 2 still stands as my favorite one. Like,
Hitman, the movie is horrible.
which one?
Timothy Elephant. Elephant.
Oliphant.
Elephant. Elephant.
My favorite story about him is from Kevin Smith because they were both in A Good Day to Die Hard together.
That's a fantastic movie.
Right. And he's like, that was the one thing that Kevin Smith did that he just couldn't quit talking shit about people.
Yeah.
Because he talked shit about Bruce Willis, obviously, that actually was after the fact when they worked on Die Hard.
Cop Out.
Yeah, Cop Out. But apparently Timothy Oliphant had like a big ego during the film.
Really?
And so Kevin Smith kept calling him Timothy Oli Fantastic just to piss him off. And I guess he talked quite a bit of shit about him. Not near as much as he did Bruce Willis after the fact.
Right.
But.
Did Kevin Smith have something to do with that movie behind the scenes? Live Free, Die Hard?
No, he was just brought in to play the wizard.
Was that his real mom?
No. I mean,
I like to think back, and I thought it was, but I have to watch it again.
she's in Clerks.
I know his mom. Yeah, she's the milk lady.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Was she the milk lady in Clerks 2? I think it was a different woman in Clerks 2
Probably.
at the end.
I'd have to go back and look. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I fucking
And Clerks 3 is, they're done shooting it, at least. That post I sent you a while ago.
Yeah.
So-
I'm
When does that come out?
expecting June.
Okay.
But it could be further out.
Okay. Hopefully, it gets a wide release.
I was going to say,
unlike
do you
his
think they're going
last
to
ones.
four-wall it, or do you think they're going to do Clerks 2 release?
Oh, like major? Mm-hmm. I would think so. If you're going to do movie in that series.
See, so here's my only thing that kind of worries me. He had the same cinematographer for 1 and 2, and then multiple films thereafter. And then he was going to have the same cinematographer for Clerks 3.
Yeah.
But the cinematographer got an offer for, I believe, Obi-Wan.
Oh.
So he was like, Kevin Smith was like, no, you got to go do Obi-Wan. Like, I completely get it. So I'm hoping that we don't get the same kind of cinematography we got in Reboot.
Where it looks cheap.
It looked very cheap.
Yeah, if they just make it a straight to like on demand or whatever, then you know it's not going to be good.
Well, no, that's my thing is like, I felt like Clerks 1 cinematography was far and beyond better than Reboot. And they're 20, almost 30 years apart. 20, at least 25.
Yeah, it's just the way the coloring and everything after 2 made it look cheese.
Yeah, and just the angles were just way, I don't know, they felt camp.
Yeah.
And like, I get that it's a comedy film, but like the angles just fucking ruined it for me. I don't know what it was. It made the cheesiness of a scene seem that much worse.
Yeah, it was almost like the cinematography for like those like mid 2000s like comedy movies.
Like Thanksgiving.
Like yeah, not as bad. But yeah.
But yeah. So anything new other than Hitman?
Just writing. So I think we can just talk about it now. We're doing a short film before the short film.
Confused, but go.
Yeah. So the one me and you talked about.
Yeah.
We're filming. We're doing like a 10-minute tops just thing, just so we can get something out there. Just mainly just like talking back and forth.
Yeah. It came about because me and him both were thinking it would just be nice to have some more content on the channel, first of all.
Yeah.
And podcasts can only do so much, especially when that's not like what we're like dedicated to doing. While we do love doing the podcast and they're a fucking blast.
Yeah.
There is an end goal.
Acting.
Yes. Well, I would rather direct, but yeah.
Yeah. Although we should, and you don't even need to write your own monologue. I was thinking you can just like memorize one and we can like film you do it.
Do like one from a film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be down. As long as I don't have to put on a voice, because that would be awful.
Yeah. I just think it'd be cool to just like see like what kind of reception you would get.
Yeah. No, it would definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
I do want to do a monologue that I write eventually, but
yeah. And that's like a good thing to do, like when you're trying to get an agent too.
Oh yeah.
Even if you, because you're supposed to sound like a demo reel, but even if you have yourself doing a monologue, that's like people get signed from that too. So I don't know what you like, if you want to get an agent or what, because I'm thinking of sending some shit in for me at least.
It depends on how much an agent would cost.
Yeah.
That's the deciding factor for me. We also have to message our buddy David and see how that's going for him.
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while.
And if you get an agent, do you have to...
I don't think you pay them.
Really?
Well, if you get onto something, yeah. But as far as like getting on, because I was watching a bunch of videos on it, and once they sign you, what they do is they basically like distribute you out to different casting people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I don't think you pay them unless you get something, obviously.
Okay.
It's just like any other agent, sports agent, whatever.
I actually didn't realize that, because I thought you just like paid them a retainer fee.
No.
Well, that'll save me some money.
Yeah. It's just something to think about.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would definitely like to start pumping out some more directing stuff, and I got my feature film that I'm writing started. I just gotta get plugging away at that.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting. In the meantime, though.
In the meantime,
it's time to send the news.
Yes. It's time to send the news.
Send the news.
So the first thing we got today is I think it was 2 days ago now. An interview with the cast from The Batman dropped on Fandango's YouTube channel.
Yes.
And it's a like 20, almost 25-minute long interview.
I thought it was 28.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, all the main cast: Jeffrey Wright, Robert Pattinson, Paul Dano, Zoe Kravitz, and Colin Farrell.
I was like,
yeah, the Irish guy.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Irish?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they had him play Bullseye Irish.
Yeah.
Even though they made him turn the accent up, and I was like, this is fucking gross.
Yeah, at least it wasn't as harsh as it was in Bruges,
Yeah.
where you can't understand what the fucking we're talking about. But yeah, it was cool to see all them talk about the movie finally.
Oh yeah, and it's it's that much more like of a throw off when you watch the clips side by side of him like in the fat suit, and then you listen to him in the interview, and you just see him, and you're like, it's. How is that the same fucking person?
He like completely transformed.
Yeah.
Accent and everything. He has like that New Yorkish type of accent in the movie.
See, that's one thing that surprised me. I really, based especially off of like the Arkham Knight version of Penguin, I expected them to go with the whole, he fakes his accent type thing. So I was like, they can just let him use the fucking Irish accent because it's enough.
Yeah. He would just have to make it a little gravelly.
Yeah. And then they can be like, oh, no, but he really has, like, an American accent.
Yeah.
But they don't even seem like they're doing that. Like, they seem like they're going straight for, like
New York gangster, mobster.
Which is surprising, but,
Sweetheart.
It'll be dope.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And the rumor is that I think it's either, Penguin tries to knock off Falcone to be the new, like, head mob boss or some shit like that.
Yes, because before the Batman, Carmine Falcone takes over after... Maroni goes to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which that's a good book.
It's very good.
I'm talking about that real quick.
Yes.
So the Riddler is a DoorDasher.
I wouldn't. He works for a specific restaurant, but yes,
restaurant. He delivers food, and then like while he's delivering food, he like does like he creates riddles with people's addresses and shit or whatever the fuck.
He like uses their names and like makes anagrams out of them, and he's like, "Did you know your name means this and this?" And then he gets the door shut in his fucking face.
And then he's like, "I want to kill."
Yeah. So like, I get where he's coming from. The way they're going with the Riddler was one thing that really surprised me.
Yeah.
I almost expected them to make him just as much of a genius as Bruce.
Right.
Like an all around like very well versed in everything, excels in school, stuff like that, but like
he does not.
His head is so full of just like almost like OCD or like some other like disorder where he just constantly in his head has to create puzzles for himself.
Yeah.
To like keep his brain busy, otherwise he goes nuts.
Yeah, and he's described in the book as like the complete opposite of Bruce Wayne. Like Bruce like aces everything. He's like on the dean's list, and the Riddler fails at school though
he passes at the bottom of his class.
Yeah,
like it's complete different spectrums to the point where like one thing I did find really cool with their description of like Bruce Wayne's academics is he's so into learning everything he can that once he gets interested in a new subject, he'll finish his classes for the other thing he was just studying. He'll find the best school with the best professors and go learn this new thing until he gets what he feels like he needs out of it so he can do more like detective work, forensic shit.
Yeah.
And, like without even like planning what he was going to do, just stuff that interests him, but it ends up lending to his background as a detective, as the world's greatest detective.
Yeah. And he's also into street racing.
Yes. That one did surprise me,
yeah.
But I was really happy with their description of him learning martial arts.
Yeah, from Alfred.
I thought that was really cool. I don't think they went into enough depth of him learning other styles of martial arts.
Yeah.
They kind of allude to it, but they don't like outright say it in the book.
Yeah, and it's not like in Batman Begins where he trains with like the League of Assassins and shit.
What I think would be cool if they could show is like in the comics, like Batman essentially disappears for years, or Bruce Wayne essentially disappears for years before like Batman pops up because Bruce Wayne is busy going to school and learning all these things, but also going from like masters in martial arts of different martial arts and learning their craft until he essentially becomes like a black belt in each thing because he has the money and the resources and the time to just do it all the time. So like I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you got to see that, because like he trains with people like Lady Shiva and League of Assassins all over.
Yeah, and what I'm getting from the book is that he just trains with Alfred, which would be a different angle, I think.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool to watch the movie and knowing all this stuff from the book.
Yeah.
Like takes it even deeper and how he gets the car and all that stuff.
Yeah, no. The car was another thing I was very happy with. The fact that it's literally one of his dad's old like muscle cars that was left in the Batcave.
Yep. And that's all it was. And then he eventually turns it into a fucking Batmobile.
It's fucking sick. It got me so excited when I saw the first trailer with it.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so simple, but it's perfect.
Yeah, you can tell it's like, it's OP as fuck.
Yeah.
But
like, they even go down to the point of him, like, experimenting with different fuels to, like, make it go faster.
Yeah. He's like Ricky Bobby. He wants to go fast.
I don't know what to do with my hands. No, it genuinely made me more excited for the film, which I didn't think was possible.
Right.
Like, the one thing I was surprised they didn't put any of it in there was Selena Kyle.
Yeah, she didn't get touched on at all. It was some other chick that he was into.
They even fucking included the Penguin.
Yeah.
I was like, but no Catwoman.
Yeah. You can tell towards the end of the book, they kind of like rushed to like wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we need to close this off.
Yeah, they definitely will. You can tell they saddled the person who wrote it with not being able to do too much.
Yeah.
But
they didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. And he did a very good job of keeping stuff contained.
And it's a short. There's only like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours long.
Yeah, like 2:20, something like that. But very good read, very quick read, and it's if you're getting it on Audible, it's decently narrated too.
Yeah, I like narrators like that when they like actually change their voices up and they sound energetic. Not like Jennifer Jason Leigh. I still haven't listened to it.
Yeah, that was rough.
I still haven't listened to it.
Well, and like so I do really enjoy that too. It's one of the few things that got me through like the Witcher books. Was like the narrator they had for that was fucking great.
Right. And Corey Taylor was good at narrating his own stuff.
But that's because he like can speak to the tone of it more than anybody reading it.
Right.
That was, and also I love listening to authors narrate their own books.
Yeah.
Especially him and Kevin Smith, because they'll add more than what's actually in the book.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it's just like they're like, oh, I didn't have time to write this, but side note.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool to get that extra little layer. And like, I don't know. I always found that kind of fascinating.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the narration for the book is really good, and it definitely got me more excited for the film. With the interview, though,
Yes.
I will say I was interested in a few of the questions, and one thing that kind of caught my eye was when they were asking everyone who their Batman is, like who their favorite Batman was. I can't remember Robert Pattinson's actual answer.
I don't think he gave an actual answer.
Yeah, he kind of danced around it, but he was talking about the fact that he wore every bat suit. I'm like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
He did say that everyone else was pretty small. The only person that he actually felt like he fit into the suit was George Clooney's. He's like, but it was kind of weird with the bat nipples.
Yeah. And then Jeffrey Wright said Adam West was his favorite, and same with Colin Farrell too. He said Adam West.
He said Adam West and Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I grew up with that, with the Adam West stuff, but like, he's like, I vividly remember watching Michael Keaton's when it came out, and it was transformative, basically. A lot of it is one thing that I've noticed is a lot of it is the age you grew up in when you watched Batman.
Yeah, because you think about it, the Batman that we grew up with technically was Christian Bale.
Yeah. See, and yes, but at the same time, I'm honestly surprised that my Batman's not like Val Kilmer or George Clooney, because that was like what was the easiest to get your hands on, and it was kid friendly.
Yeah,
when we were growing up.
Yeah, because Batman Begins came out when I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
So yeah, that watched those from 5th grade to end of high school when Dark Knight Rises came out.
Okay.
2012.
See, and I think that like if I had to pick like who comes to my mind as Batman first before anybody, it's a tie between Michael Keaton and Kevin Conroy.
Talking about your favorite?
Not even just my favorite, like the image that comes to my head.
Oh, okay.
Is either Michael Keaton or the animated series or the Arkham games with Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Like, his voice was so iconic with that, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I watch other cartoons with my kids and I try to listen to someone else voice Batman and I'm like,
it's not the same.
This is fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not okay.
For sure. And I can't think of the first Batman movie I watched. I can't like pinpoint which one it actually was.
I think the first one I watched was Batman and Robin.
Okay.
And then I remember watching Batman Forever.
I want to say it was 89 was the first one I watched.
89 still stands as my favorite, though.
Yeah. But yeah, and Paul Dano, it was good to hear him talk about it.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's very, like, intelligent the way he talks about shit.
Oh, yeah. I was happy with his response when they asked him who his favorite Batman was. Him and Zoe Kravitz initially. Zoe Kravitz stuck with Robert Pattinson,
yeah.
But Paul Dano like initially like grabbed his leg and he's like Rob's my favorite Batman. I can't remember. Who did he say was his?
I
favorite?
forget.
I think it was around Keaton-ish.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to just hear all of them kind of converse and share their thoughts on certain things in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like another big question because a lot of it was like specifically to each actor a lot of the times.
Yeah. I'm trying to think too, like what specifically she asked.
Well, like I know one thing was like how hard was it for Jeffrey Wright to like get into the character and stuff like that, and he kind of went in depth with it, like leaning into the fact that he's not commissioner yet, he's a lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
So his rank and his like pull in GCPD isn't what we're used to with other media.
Yeah.
Where they're not, a lot of the rest of the cops aren't going to listen to him as far as like, hey, hold back, shit like that.
Yeah.
They're going to go off of whatever the actual commissioner says.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely going to be a lot of turbulence around that. I will say I kind of expect him to be commissioner by the end of the film, though.
I don't think so.
I think the commissioner will be one of Riddler's victims.
I guess that's possible.
And that's usually the way in a lot of media that Gordon becomes commissioner.
It'd be kind of cool to wait it out till the second one, though.
I would be happy with that, too. I want long-term growth.
Yeah.
I don't want shotgunning and throwing whatever we can at the wall and hoping it
And that's
sticks.
what that was one of the last questions they asked Robert Pattinson, how long he wants to play Batman for, and he basically said that as long as people keep like wanting him, he'll play it, or he wants to play it.
Dude, I'd be so fucking giddy
Yeah,
about
and then
that.
he said that he talked to Matt Reeves about a trilogy, which we already know he was signed up for 3 movies anyway.
Yes.
And Paul Dano even said that there's like so much room to see the growth of this Batman.
And see, I'm excited for that. The one thing I really hope they don't do, as much as I know this version of the Riddler especially is a villain,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to kill their villains off in every film. I want the altruistic Batman who has to save every one of his villains at the end.
Yeah, I don't think if Riddler dies, it won't be from Batman. It'll be like a fuck up on his end or
Court of Owls
or something. But I think
I don't even want that though.
Yeah, it'd be cool to keep him around so he'd be somebody that Batman goes to like throughout the whole trilogy.
I'd be happy if every film I got to like see Batman walk through fucking Arkham again. All the way until let's say we get 6 films out of this, okay? Every film he just keeps like collecting villains.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get down as far as the Condiment King.
Yeah.
And the 6th film, like the finale. Like this is the only way I would be okay with like Batman going out.
Right.
Arkham Asylum. Like an Arkham Asylum movie where they all break out.
And it's not even Asylum in this movie, it's Arkham State Hospital like it was in the Joker movie. Because on the back of Riddler's thing it says Arkham State Hospital.
Okay. So
There still could be an Arkham Asylum.
well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. And most of the time, Arkham Asylum is actually started by the Waynes to protect people because of like the treatment they used to get in the old version of the hospital.
Well, maybe that's what this is, and then maybe in the second one it progresses and then it becomes more corrupt again and turns into an actual like asylum instead of a hospital.
Yeah. And I'd be fine with that too.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see how stuff like that evolves too. Because this Gotham is such a... Whoever's telling the story can mold that city and the things around it in such a special way that it tells more of the story than actually telling a story.
Yeah, and the city itself too, you can tell it looks more gothic, like compared to like the Nolan movies that look like Chicago, look like a bland normal city.
It's not. like neo-gothic the way that like Burton did,
No.
but it's like
It's like vintage Gothic because they shot it in London.
steampunkish.
Yeah, they shot it in London. That's why they shot it over there because some of the buildings look like Gothic.
Yeah.
Compared to here where it's just like.
which is exactly what you need for a Batman film.
Yeah. Makes it like it makes the city it's a character in and of itself.
Yes, I do agree. Hypothetically speaking, since this is London is Gotham, where would they film Metropolis if it ever like became a thing? Because I know in Nolan's films, Gotham was Chicago.
Gotham was Chicago, Metropolis is like New York.
Yeah, and then in Snyder's films, he basically compared them to San Francisco and Oakland.
Yeah. Which is a wild comparison.
Yeah, especially because they're right across the ocean, or bay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always picture like Metropolis to look more futuristic looking in a way, more modern.
it definitely looks happier.
Like parts of Dubai would work.
Yeah, that would actually be perfect. That would be a trip.
Yeah.
But you just got to figure out where the fuck you're going to put the Daily Planet at that point.
Yeah, just something like that visually would work.
Yeah.
So,
was there anything else in the interview that kind of caught your eye?
I don't think so because I can't think of any other questions. So it probably tells you.
I definitely geeked out over a lot of it. I got excited, and then I watched GQ's like run over of Robert Pattinson's career.
Oh, his iconic roles.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool, and he goes over the same stuff with the bat suits and that too, and that got me excited. And then he just kind of sits there and talks up Matt Reeves.
Yep.
About the film and
that's something in the interview.
What?
That Zoe Kravitz, they're talking about Matt Reeves because Colin Farrell brought it up, and then she's like, I hope somebody checks on him because like the guy like didn't get any sleep or anything like that. He was just like totally invested in the fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, look at the constant like Twitter updates of him editing, and then the Dolby, and then the IMAX, and this man has seen this movie how many times probably at this point, but he still loves it. And one thing I was going to say with the Robert Pattinson interview is he talks about how much he loves certain movies he's made. Like, he said that he's probably watched Cosmopolis more than any movie he's ever seen.
Yeah, which is a weird choice. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But
I bought it, and if I can make it through Peacemaker tonight, I'll watch Cosmopolis after. Otherwise, Cosmopolis is tomorrow night.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of films of his I need to watch, like High Life, too.
High Life I want to see. My favorite is Good Time. That'll be a hard one to top.
He has a lot of very simple titles for his films.
Yeah.
Like Life.
The
High
Lighthouse.
Life, Good Time. Lighthouse.
Twilight.
Ugh.
It's a simple name.
It is a simple name, but those movies... Ugh.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
I'd do the same thing. If I was my way to get my foot into the door, I'd do it too. Fuck it.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't turn down a 50 Shades of Grey role just because I think the material's trash. If that's a money ticket right there.
Yeah, if I was like in a spot like now that I want to get, I'd be like, all right, I'm doing this shit.
You're like, I can reboot my career the way other people have. As long as I get my name out there, we're all good.
Yeah, and obviously he didn't want to do a big franchise after Twilight, and this would be the first time he's doing it since then. Yeah. And his attitude, you can tell, is different than like a Joaquin. Honestly, like he's prepared for all this shit that's going to come with this.
I was almost certain that the Tenet film was going to be like thrown into a franchise.
Did you? I didn't think that because he never does franchises, sequels to his movies other than The Dark Knight. He don't do sequels.
Well, and everybody was theorizing that it was a sequel to
Inception.
Yeah,
which it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen the fucking film.
I saw Inception like way back when it came out.
I mean, I haven't seen either of them.
Oh, okay. Tenet I haven't seen.
No. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all we got for the interview.
Yes. So
what do we got next, sir?
The next thing is the DC trailer.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, we'll go to that.
You sent me this morning?
Yeah, it came out this morning.
We got a sneak peek into 4 films. One of which was no new footage from the Batman that I saw.
Which is good, because I don't want any new footage.
They
stick with the same shit, but different angles.
Yeah. We're 3 weeks removed from the Batman as we currently sit.
I bought fucking tickets Thursday when they went on sale.
Yes.
And it's going down.
And then We also got our first bit of Dwayne the Cock Johnson talking as Black Adam.
Yes.
And the suit is actually a lot better than I expected.
I like the suit. I liked it from the
first
last
trailer.
Teaser, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I definitely liked it, but especially seeing it in the sun, you can kind of see a little bit more of it. I like how it looks kind of tattered.
Yeah, and that shot of him from the back with his like headpiece on and the 2 helicopters.
Yeah.
That was a cool shot.
I thought that was really cool. And then we got to see Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher. Who's the chick?
I forget her name, but she's in a show called Trinkets on Netflix, which is really good. And I forget the character's name too. She green.
Cyclone Twister or something like
Cyclone, I think.
that. And then we also got Hawkman, who's played by Aldous Hodge. Is that his name?
Yeah, MC Ren.
Yeah, MC Ren.
His suit is pretty cool too.
It's dope.
The wings come out.
I never thought I would look at Hawkman like in a film first,
Yeah.
first off, but actually be like, yo.
Or
that's
Dr.
sick.
Fate.
Dr. Fate's mask is a little different from the comics, but it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan was the perfect choice.
Fucking James Bond. That's crazy.
He plays up the old man thing more than I expected, but it works so well for what we've seen.
Yeah. And this teaser for Black Adam compared to the last one looked like really dark, and this one you can tell there's obviously be some like lightheartedness to it.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got some footage of something I don't give too much of a shit about. Hopefully my attitude around this film will change.
Is it Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not looking forward
There's
to this.
nothing really that was cool. It was just him standing in the Atlantis, assumingly, which is Atlantis.
He had like 2 or 3. Well, they're not done filming and they're not done editing, so it's like, but I just wish I was more excited for it, like the way I was for the first one. But I still wasn't as excited for that as I was for other stuff.
No, yeah, it's just Aquaman is just it's a hard thing to get behind fully.
Yeah.
When you have these other characters,
It made money too.
it
That's
made
the
over
crazy
$1
part.
billion.
Yeah. So it's like I should be more excited for this film.
Yeah, and it's James Wan.
That's the reason I should be more excited
Yeah.
for this. Like, I like Jason Momoa, but like James Wan was what sold me on the idea of Aquaman.
Yeah, and he even came out and said that this new one is basically about climate change. So I'm like, oh.
If they can do it in an interesting way, sure.
Yeah,
But if it's just like, quit throwing your trash in the ocean, I'd
Yeah.
be like, I get it,
which
but
the
I'm not
first
near
one was
the
kind
ocean.
of about too, when they're talking about bitching about the humans and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no.
I mean, that's most of Aquaman's gripe with the humans. Other than that, they don't have anything to
I
fucking fight
love
over.
Patrick Wilson's lines in that movie. They're so like over the top, but he's like so committed to the lines. It's like fucking hilarious.
Right.
I wish I knew the lines. I'd repeat them again.
I really liked Willem Dafoe in that film, but I don't think I think he's dead.
He died.
Yeah, so we're not getting him again.
Yeah,
which
he DED, dead.
means I don't care anymore.
Yep.
And also there's the Amber Turd situation where I just don't care if she's
I don't
in
wanna
the film.
talk about it.
I know, I'm just saying.
I want Amelia Clark.
I'd be much happier.
That's
They
what
don't
I
even need to address it. Just replace the bitch. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, they do it. They've done it before.
They could replace her halfway through the film and I still wouldn't notice. It'd be like, I'd probably clap. Like, yes! I'd be like, yeah! But yeah, I'm just not excited for it.
Yeah.
And then
The Flash. Yes. Which actually, there's some cool shit in there.
and the Michael Keaton voiceover was the thing that got me excited. What's so special about this universe? Basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
Why not just go on to the next one?
Mm-hmm. And you can see him about to like touch his mom or some shit in the back.
Yeah. I still think the shot with him and his former self and then Supergirl, or a different version of
him.
himself. I don't know.
We don't know what character that is exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a Reverse Flash. Is
No,
because Reverse Flash is a separate person completely, right?
Yes, it's Eobard Thawne.
Okay.
But so you get like two different timeline flashes in the same scene.
Yeah.
And Supergirl on the other side.
Yeah.
So that looks really interesting because obviously they're talking to Batman in that scene.
Mm-hmm. And then you got that shot of him up close and the lenses go over his eyes.
Yes, which I didn't notice until you pointed it
Yeah.
out. But that is a dope little just addition.
Yeah.
The suit looks fantastic.
It does.
I didn't think I was going to be okay with it based off of like the artwork they showed like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But they made it work like really well.
Yeah. I'm still more of a fan of the Justice League suit, to be honest. But I do like this one too.
I like the more homemade aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like he literally like they explain it as him grabbing parts of like a broken down like space station or something that like fell to Earth that he like collected the parts and repurposed them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually fairly fucking interesting because it's built to like
withstand the fucking speed.
Yeah, so it's perfect,
Yeah.
especially for the story. So I'm assuming it'll be just like a Speed Force suit.
Yeah.
I would love it to be something else, but that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because it means that we're never going to get a ring. Like the suit in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I've always thought that was the coolest fucking thing, even though it's cheesier than shit.
Yeah.
It's just like the Flash TV show did it, so I was like, all right, like I can at least be a little bit happy about
Right.
it.
I don't know why they don't show Michael Keaton. Like, we know he's in the fucking movie, just show him. It's not like...
Maybe they're not done editing his hair plugs.
Yeah.
Like they
Maybe.
they added a lot to his hair, so
Yeah.
They definitely have to smooth that out in post.
Mhm.
But other than that, I mean, I don't know. Because did we even see him in the trailer?
No.
a couple months ago.
The only thing of him that we saw was the cowl on the ground.
And then was it him pulling off the tarp on the Batmobile?
Yeah, which was another stupid thing. Well, just show it. We know what's
I
under
know,
there. Just
don't
fucking show it.
Do you think they made any improvements on it?
I don't want it. I want it how it is.
I want it to be at least mostly the way it was. I'm okay with a couple additions to make it actually look like time has passed, or let it be beat the shit out of.
That's cool too. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Yeah,
but it
and
also
it's-
means no Joker in this film.
Yeah, no Joker.
'Cause
He
he
did.
did.
He did. And it's cool. It's interesting, especially, well, Batgirl doesn't come out till next year, but the thought of, now we know that Michael Keaton had a Robin at some point in time.
You know what's starting to scare me, and I think about this a lot. We're awfully reliant on old actors. Yeah. One of these days, they're going to be halfway through filming one of these big blockbuster fucking films that they do, where they have like some 80-year-old dude, Vulture, as the villain, and he dies midway through filming. And then what the fuck do you do?
Fucking CGI the face.
We can't treat everybody like they're fucking Paul Walker,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Fucking Grandma Tarkin.
I don't know.
Oh, and Michael Keaton signed on to 3 more projects for DC. So he's in Flash, Batgirl, and then 3 more.
Batman Beyond. Please, God.
There needs to be Batman Beyond. And
There's no other reason to keep him around.
My choice for Terry McGinnis would be Jacob Elordi, who plays Nate Jacobs in Euphoria. I don't think you've seen Euphoria yet.
I think you might have sent him in a GIF at one
You
point.
told a picture, but I think he'd be he's like fucking like 6'3" too. Because I picture Terry McGinnis being tall.
I see him being tall and more slender. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
He's got a good butt chin.
This guy's built too.
I'm trying to think of who I would even think of as a good Terry McGinnis. He's definitely got the lankiness that would work for a Batman
Yeah.
Begins. And that would be kind of dope as shit to see that red suit and like just
The black. How would you do the face? I think instead of the mouth, you know how in the cartoon the mouth moves with the
Yeah.
mask? I think you have just a normal thing where his mouth is exposed, but then you have something cover it.
See, I was gonna say, have you had the Batman Beyond suit in Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
Where it has like that, like almost like black, like the smoke plastic.
Yeah.
Over the mouth.
Yeah.
Something like that, I'd even be fine with.
Yeah.
Like just to where it's retractable, basically.
Yeah, and every time he talks, it goes away.
Yeah.
Because you can't translate what's in the cartoon. To
Right.
But that suit would be sick.
That also probably the reason they did that was probably because it made animation easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that and it took away Batman's one weak spot
Yep.
because.
All the criminal has to do is shoot you in the fucking mouth.
I mean, at least it's the bottom of your jaw. You can still maybe live,
Yeah.
but
Unless somebody's like stabs you through here and shit.
yeah.
But yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. If you're gonna have Michael Keaton in there, why in the fuck not
Yeah.
do a Batman Beyond?
If it was 10 years ago, I would say Robbie Amell, because he even wanted to play it at one point.
How old is he now?
He's probably
Late 30s.
like early 30s.
Okay, yeah, he's a little too old because this guy is like 25, I think.
Yeah, and Batman Beyond Terry McGinnis, he's supposed to be early. Actually, no, he's supposed to be in high school.
Oh shit.
So, yeah,
I think they'll change that.
The one thing I did hate that they did in the cartoons was they made him a clone of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking...
I remember I watched the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. I watched that like a shit ton of times.
I loved that.
Yeah.
Especially because they did the normal thing of turning a Robin into the Joker.
Into Joker, yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But, man, I really wish I could pick like a modern... my one go-to, most of the time, is... Why can't I think of his fucking name now? The dude I want for Red Hood all the time. Taron Egerton. I love him, but I don't even think that would be the right thing for him.
No, apparently he's getting built for something. People are like it's rumored that it could be Wolverine, which they haven't announced an X-Men yet, and I don't see that happening for a while.
I would be okay with him being Wolverine.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it, but time-wise, I don't think so because they haven't announced anything.
Yeah, but they gotta...
Unless Doctor Strange.
They gotta do a post-credit scene on something.
Yeah.
So, that's the way they're gonna introduce him, and you know it's gonna be Wolverine. That's the catalyst.
Because we know they're filming Fantastic Four this year, which is coming out next year.
He's a little shorter, too, isn't he?
I want to say he's like 5'10".
So that'd be perfect, because
5'11".
Wolverine's supposed to be a little shorter.
He's supposed to be like 5'6".
Yeah.
He's supposed to be shorter than me.
They wanted Bob Hoskins to play him. So,
I know.
It would definitely be interesting, especially if he does get built. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
For sure.
After the DC amalgam trailer that we got, we were going to go over one more thing, DC. Or did we have something before that?
Let me look at the list again. I forget.
Because I know the one other thing that we were really wanting to talk about.
But yeah, so that DC thing, 4 DC movies this year, which is the most they've had in a long time.
Ever? Probably, actually, if we're thinking about it.
Yeah, because the most they've had recently has been like 2 in a year.
Justice League, Aquaman?
Aquaman was 18. So 16 was BVS, Suicide Squad. 17 was Wonder Woman, Justice League. 18 was Aquaman. That was it. 19 was Shazam, Joker.
20 was Birds of Prey.
And that was it.
And then 21 was the Suicide Squad.
Oh, wait.
We're forgetting all about Wonder Woman.
Oh, 80. So that was 2020.
21.
So there was 2 in 21. So the Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. And this year there's 4, which is crazy.
And I think we're only getting as many as we're getting because of the pandemic this year.
Yeah.
And then next year it'll be 1. Maybe.
Next year Batgirl for sure.
And that's straight to HBO.
And Shazam, Fury of the Gods comes out next year too.
That's wild.
That's it, I think. For now, they'll announce something, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Peacemaker, mid-season review.
So it was what I was...
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything after that?
Other
than the big thing?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
So, I have been trying to push you for 6 weeks.
Which, yeah, it's pretty quick 6 weeks when you're not paying attention to something.
Right. I mean, even with watching it, it's gone by quick because I think it debuted the same week as Boba Fett.
Okay.
Boba Fett's come out on Wednesdays and Peacemaker's on Thursdays. So, from the get-go, initial thoughts from episode 1.
Really good. It's like you're laughing like every couple seconds, it seems like.
The whole show is that way.
And it's written really good.
It's very... Well, it's
James
not surprising with who was behind everything.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he had it in his head that as soon as they asked him that if they gave him a chance to write a show for HBO Max, who he would pick, he didn't hesitate, especially once he started working with John Cena.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell why. Like, John Cena, we talked about this last week. John Cena has some of the best comedic timing of anybody, not even just including comedians in that. I've seen comedians do comedy movies that sucked ass.
Yeah.
This dude doesn't fail with comedy.
No, that's like it's his thing.
Yeah. Like, even if it's a bad movie, the moments he's in are great.
Yep.
Like, Trainwreck would have been great if it was everything it is, minus Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
She's awful. But, like, the scenes with him in it were great.
Right.
Blockers.
Blockers was fantastic.
Fucking, he was the beer butt chug. That shit had me rolling.
That was a surprise movie.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so like one of my favorite things is there's a quote from Judd Apatow, and he's basically saying like, he's like, it's not fucking fair. He's like, it's bullshit. He's like, this dude's this good looking and he has this kind of comedic timing. He's like, this is fucked up. He's like, this guy's like the total package. He's like, and then I got other guys like Seth Rogen who can only do one thing.
Fun fact, Judd Apatow's daughter is in Euphoria.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She, with the older one, I'm guessing?
Maud Apatow, yeah. She's like 25 or some shit.
She was also in Blockers, correct?
No.
She didn't play her mom's daughter?
Leslie Mann's in there. That's her mom.
Because I know for a fact that those two girls in This Is 40 and Knocked Up are both of their kids.
Nope. Yeah, her daughter's not in it.
No? Okay. Because I know that they're also her kids in Funny People.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's another Judd Apatow film.
Yeah.
Those kids have to be fucking confused at a certain point. Right. Like growing up like that. But definitely, it's always cool to see families interact like that. But even Leslie Mann has been like nothing but complimentary towards John Cena's acting, like especially with comedy roles. Like, it's insane. Mm-hmm. And knowing that, like, they're so used to that kind of environment and still get impressed by people is even more surprising.
Right.
Who would you say is your favorite standout character in Peacemaker other than Peacemaker?
Vigilante.
He's fucking great.
I wasn't expecting him to be that great. Freddie Strome was fucking good. I've never heard of him before, too.
And he's British.
Yeah, he's British.
And you wouldn't pick it up at all.
No, he's fucking, he's good.
What did you think? I know I'm jumping a little bit, but I believe it's the end of episode 3, beginning of episode 4, when he's driving him to his dad's house.
Oh, yeah.
And he's all, thanks, by the way, for letting me get tortured. And he's like, feels like you're not being genuine. He's like, it feels like there's something extra hidden behind the words. He's like, no, why would I do that?
And the torture scene was funny too. He's like John Cena's acting like he's doing Vigilante a favor. He's like, don't worry, I'm not giving him anything. He's getting nuts, fucking electrocuted.
Right. And I was really surprised by Peacemaker's whole motto is like, I want peace by any cost, no matter how many men, women, or children I have to kill to get it. And then he actually gets to the point where he's supposed to kill kids, and he's like, I don't know if I can fucking do this. And Vigilante just takes the gun and goes pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! They killed a kid on screen.
And he's talking about the ugly one and how he feels bad about that one.
That one was fucked up.
You can tell Vigilante's like, he really has like the urge to kill people for some reason.
Yeah. There's definitely some sort of disorder going on with that guy, but he's good at it.
Yeah.
I did love the scene in the prison with him.
Yeah, that was good.
He just beats the shit out of like 6 white supremacists.
Yeah. He's probably the most sympathetic character, I'd say, overall, too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say I'm sad that they changed from the comics is the fact that in the comics he's a lawyer or a judge, depending on the version you're looking at.
In the show, he's a busboy.
Yeah. I mean, so at least he has like the time to do it, but
yeah,
it's just, I like that extra layer.
Feels very kick-ass-ish.
Very. Even the suit looks kick-ass-ish.
Yeah.
Like it's very reminiscent of that. Mm-hmm. But there are certain scenes that he's in that just fucking like kill me. Mm-hmm. What's the dad's name? Patrick?
The actor?
Yeah.
Richard Patrick.
Yeah. He does very well. Did not expect him to be the White Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't even know who the White Dragon was. I had to look it up.
Yeah, it's fucking out of nowhere.
As soon as he went to prison and they started like bowing to him, that's when I looked it up. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah, no, and that scene was done. It was done very well, but it was to the point where like it was so out of left field. You were just like, "Oh, okay." Like I knew he was a racist, but
yeah, which is a very James Gunn character to bring to something edgy like that.
Well, that's the nice thing is like when James Gunn makes a comic book film or show, you can tell he's a fan.
Yeah, he's doing like deep cuts.
Yeah, I mean, He's the dude that brought us Guardians, another piece of comics that no one fucking
He fucking
knew
brought
was.
Polka Dot Man to the screen.
And made people love him.
Yeah, and Ratcatcher.
Like, honestly, if anybody introduces Kite Man, it has to be him.
Yeah.
Like,
Any fucking obscure character.
yeah.
He could do that fucking movie I sent you that Kevin Smith wanted to do.
Ooh, Plastic Man.
Yeah. James Gunn could do a fucking Plastic Man movie.
Dude. And he could use the same actor, Jim Parsons. I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
God. See, here's one thing I never understood the difference between is Plastic Man and Elastic Man. They're in the same comics. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they're two different characters, though, and I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
I know one of them is Ralph Dibny, and the other one I can't ever fucking remember.
Right.
But yeah, very obscure. Peacemaker is another character I never heard about until the Suicide Squad
Oh, yeah.
came
I
out.
had not a fucking clue.
And the fact that John Cena was willing to take such a small character and make him a centerpiece is insane.
Yep.
Like, 30 years ago, Peacemaker wouldn't have been able to happen.
No.
Like, there's no fucking way.
If Guardians never happened, none of these obscure characters would ever make it to screen.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about the plot of the show?
I enjoy it. He definitely adds more complexity to Peacemaker because I feel like Peacemaker in the movie was kind of one note for the most part.
It was, and that's one
Yeah.
thing a lot of people complained about.
Yeah, and then in the show he has different. There's more depth to him.
Yeah.
So
And what happens in the Suicide Squad lends itself to the show even more because it has made him a little bit more on edge about killing people.
yeah, it's very a good continuation, and I think I like the relationship between Peacemaker and I forget the blonde chick's name in the show.
Harcourt.
Yeah, their relationship you can tell it's starting to. It'll turn into something.
Yeah. I really do enjoy the character of Adebayo too, Waller's daughter.
Yeah.
Especially because no one knows.
Right, and that surprised me.
Yeah.
When she was on screen talking to her, and
I think the thing that surprised me the most, obviously seeing her was surprising, but the fact that like she wasn't raised to be like cold-blooded.
yeah,
like
she's
her
never
mom.
killed anybody or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Or like even like having lying down the way her mom does.
Yeah,
Like you would expect to be like if you're brought up in that kind of environment to like have it drilled into you, like the way that Peacemaker and Bloodshot had it drilled into them as kids.
yeah.
Like the hard knocks of it. You know what I mean?
And you see that background with the Peacemaker too.
Yeah, a lot more so even than with what we saw described in the Suicide Squad
Yeah.
for I just said his name. Idris Elba's character.
Bloodsport.
Thank you. I just said it. I don't know how I forgot it that quickly. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see little layers like that, realizing like not everybody like tries to follow in their parents' footsteps as hardcore as others do.
Yeah,
Really would like to see more of how his brother died, which I'm sure we'll get into.
yeah.
in the
You
next couple
kind of see a
episodes.
glimpse of it. The last flashback where he's like has blood in his knuckles. You can tell
Yeah.
he made a. I don't know why he beat the shit out of him,
Well,
but
and I'm assuming it's something that his dad forced him to do.
even though his dad was like
Pissed
seemed
about it.
surprised about it.
Yeah, well,
So.
I think it's because he thought the other kid would kill him. So, like, he was trying to like harden one kid, and it ended up going the other way.
Right. And he's not a. He definitely shows the racist side of that fucking character too, which is hilarious. He calls the detective noodles like one time, and some other shit.
There's some wildly racist shit.
When he eats, when he's getting released from prison, he says something, or like how they say in your language, ching chong, something else. I'm like, what the fuck?
It was bad.
And she's constantly trying to like one up him.
Yeah.
And she finally does it, and then her like partner fucks it up.
She's all, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, my bad." I also have missed him acting. The
Freddy
partner.
vs. Jason cop.
Yeah, because I just think of it. I don't even think of him as that. I think of him from White Chicks,
That too, or Benchwarmers.
and he's but he's all sniffing the panties.
Yeah.
And he's all, and later in the film, he's like, like once they realize that it was dude's underwear. And I love how, I know we're going on a side note, but every time they start playing the like fuck, marry, kill game or like something like that, he's all Rosie O'Donnell or Pam Anderson, but she has a yeast infection, and he's all Rosie O'Donnell. He's all, you're disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. But so yeah. Quick spoilers, just because it is a fairly new show. I know that Damian is fed up with the spoiler shit.
Oh yeah, I'm fed up with the spoilers on Spider-Man because like if you haven't seen it by now, that's your fucking fault.
I mean, yeah, but it's been the same amount of time since Peacemaker came out.
That's different though. Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
I'll respect what you say. Luckily, this is the first episode we haven't gone into like Spider-Man
That's true.
since it came out.
Yeah, let's keep it that way because I'm tired of it.
But so basically, spoilers for the synopsis of the show.
Yeah.
Peacemaker is essentially saved by Amanda Waller and her team from the ending of the Suicide Squad to basically do more missions.
Yep.
You come to find out that the mission is basically tracking down these people who are being controlled by these alien bugs called
the
butterflies.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool at the end when you see them like showing up in the spaceships.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
And I kind of figured that's what it was the first time we saw one of those things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
and
I was
that
like,
chick's, but you know what? I was thinking that chick, that crazy looking chick. I thought she was Copperhead for a second.
Crazy looking chick.
The one in the apartment that tries to kill him. The one he kills with a sonic boom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why.
Because she's one of the butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's who it was, but she was just controlled by the fucking.
That sonic boom on the helmet was fucking insane. I was like, I expected it to just like blow her back, and she like vaporized, and I was like,
He fucking
What the
destroyed everything around him.
it blew my mind.
And that cop picks up her face.
I love how John Economist, he could literally plant that car on anybody, and he fucking plants it on his dad, and he's like, and so the episode I was telling you about, I believe it was last week. I believe it was episode 5, where like fairly towards the beginning of the episode, he just starts rattling off.
Names.
Yeah.
It was like 80 something names.
Yeah.
Improvised.
And then if you go to the end of the episode, there's more.
Oh shit.
Like the post credits,
Okay.
basically. And it's like another 20, 30 names. And I'm just like, that's what I was telling you. Like, how the fuck? There's no way he came up with all of these on his own. Like, I'm sure there was a guy.
Some of them were,
but
yeah.
then it just became like go and go and go and go and go. Like, it does not get old. I sat there and I laughed for like 5 minutes. Fucking shit. 'Cause it felt like it never ended.
Yeah. He even says James Gunn too. And some other director or actor, I think.
I wish I could just
Along
play
with it.
that scene and put
I
it
know.
on the.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious though.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy that we get to see more of Steve Agee's character. Because he was very underused in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. He's a great character.
Other than the fact that he like was the body for
King Shark.
King Shark, and then his character's been very good, especially like him and Peacemaker's relationship, especially after he shows him the tattoo.
Yeah.
Hardcore, it just kind of seems like they're building her up to like fuck Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Like that's all I get from her.
I find her really attractive. She's also married to James Gunn.
Really?
That actress.
That's
yeah.
his wife.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. She's very attractive.
she's very attractive.
Yeah.
Then I've never heard of the actress who plays Adebayo.
Oh, no. She seems very familiar to me, but I couldn't think of what she was in. I'm going to look it up.
I was like, I'm not sure. The one thing that really did surprise me seeing in a DC HBO Max TV show was we literally see a picture of a vagina.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, it was out of fucking nowhere. There was no warning on that one.
No.
It was just right in your face.
Oh, she hasn't been in a whole lot of movies.
No?
She was in the Angry Birds movie.
Okay.
She's in a lot of TV shows. Oh, Orange is the New Black. She was one of the main characters in that.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was also in Girls.
Never watched it. I need to watch it just for Adam Driver.
I tried to watch it. Was that the movie? Yeah, the show. The first second is people fucking. Just right away. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like my kind of show.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm surprised we haven't gotten more of in Peacemaker.
What, fucking?
Yeah.
That's true. I just saw him rail that fucking
That one
butterfly chick.
Yeah. And and then he's walking around in his fucking underwear.
Singing. He uses the fucking vibrator or whatever as the microphone.
That shit was great. And what is the fucking Judo Master?
Judo Master was funny as fuck.
It's fucking great. Did he actually end up dying? They never like.
No, at the end of his last scene, he's like on the couch with an IV, and Steve Agee is like watching over him.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if he comes back in because he seems like he has to be a little bit of a bigger character.
I think he's gonna turn good. He'll probably end up working with Peacemaker and all of them.
That was kind of my thought too, especially with like the way the dialogue was going in their fight scene right before she shot him.
Yeah, and then I like when Steve Agee just rammed into the car too, like after the assassination scene.
He's all, I took that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
He's all Johnny Economist motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was actually the dialogue in it is very surprising. Like it's nonstop funny, and it's constantly like evolving.
Yeah, and one of my favorite pieces of dialogue is in the first episode between the janitor and Peacemaker when Peacemaker first leaves. That was fucking fantastic.
Is that the same guy in the classroom later in the show?
Yeah.
When he's all,
like,
and Wonder Woman was effing me across the room. He's all, dude. He's all, I said effing.
And then that little chick asked for about the Flash.
He's
Calls him
like,
a
he's like,
douchebag.
just like everybody else who's met him, I think he's an incredibly self-righteous d-bag.
Yeah, yeah, because that janitor said he owed him a favor, even though he never said that. So I'm just like,
yeah, that shit was funny though.
When he talks about Batman to the old man, the next door neighbor.
Oh,
And the Batman has a coterie of supervillains.
I love how like his claim to fame is taking out Kite Man.
Yeah,
He has like newspapers and stuff, and he's
Yeah.
mentioned it. And, like it's cool to have that kind of world building, especially for a character this small.
yeah.
Like,
All these big characters exist,
Yeah.
obviously, because it's in the DCU. But
yeah, but knowing that it's all connected. Like honestly, if they're not going to give the DCEU or whatever the fuck it's actually called,
I call it the Snyderverse. It's technically the Snyderverse.
if they were to give it to anybody though, James Gunn should handle it all.
Yeah, he can just take over.
Yeah. Like continue it. They don't need to fucking call it anything special. Just
Yeah.
If anybody's gonna run the mainline continuity, it should be someone who's actually passionate about comics and not passionate about money.
Yeah, because as far as we know, well, he even said this. He said Guardians 3 is the last movie that the Guardians are going to be in, or their solo movie.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be done with Marvel after that anyway. I would assume, because it seems like he has more going on in DC anyway. Because you got Peacemaker, and I would assume he's going to eventually do something else too.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially with how DC came through for him in the clutch when he got quote unquote canceled. I see him having a lot of loyalty to them.
Yeah, that, and he can. Hey, I think he'd have more freedom in DC to do more mature shit.
I honestly don't think he would have come back to Marvel if it wasn't for how much the cast of Guardians got behind trying to get him back.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was like a loyalty thing.
Which is why I think, for sure, like this last one he's making, he's like, after this, I'm fucking done.
Yeah. And that's why Batista doesn't want to come back. Bradley Cooper doesn't want to come back. Vin Diesel will come back for any amount of money.
Which, that'll fuck up a whole lot of shit that Marvel wants to do. These people not coming back.
Oh, it definitely will. But
Unless they'll write them out somehow.
I mean,
or
Drax is a good character, but honestly, like...
he won't be missed.
He's very one note.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was left out of... The best character from Guardians, if we're being honest, was the only one that was in Infinity War for the first half.
Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, like, Gamora's cool. I like Peter Quill, but, like, they're mostly one-note characters.
And I'm not really a fan of Chris Pratt in general.
I like him. I do. I can understand how he's definitely overplayed now. Yeah. I had a lot more love for him before Guardians.
Yeah.
And then after Guardians, I cannot blame the dude for, like, enjoying his success. That's awesome for him, but like the overexposure has definitely killed it.
For sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, like, I can go back to roles that he did in like Take Me Home Tonight. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
Fucking loved him in that movie.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest D-bags, but he's just great.
Yep.
I also loved him in Parks and Rec. Like, you just can't beat roles like that. But immediately after Guardians, he did a lot of like war movies, and then you got the Jurassic World films, and
That new one, actually, I don't want to get too far into it, but that new one looks pretty decent.
yeah, because they released the trailer today.
Yeah, and we got the original 3 back. in
Yeah.
it. Well, Jeff Goldblum was in the last one, but
Yes.
we got the original other 2.
Yeah. It definitely looks good.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of, at least the most recent
I
ones.
only like Jurassic Park 1 and 3.
I can completely understand why.
Yeah. And 3's not a good movie, but it's...
It's just the timing, probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, James Gunn, I think... If I was in his position, I'd definitely go DC over Marvel.
I mean, if I was in anybody's position, I'd
Yeah.
go DC over Marvel.
I could see him
if they
doing
get their shit
some,
together.
yeah, some even just like different like Image comic characters. I could see him doing.
Ooh.
There's was
Image
that
is
one
Marvel more, though, isn't it?
What?
Image is more very closely related to Marvel.
Like in what way?
Like that. Howard the Duck came from Image.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know for the most part the series that they have in Image are more mature.
Yes.
Like the one that I think James Gunn could do, he looks like a lizard, like with a mohawk kind of thing.
Oh.
I forget the fucking name.
Good God. It starts with an S.
Yeah.
Shit.
Comic series.
It's like No.
Savage Dragon.
That's what it is.
He could fucking do a Savage Dragon.
That would
movie.
be intense. If I could have him do any obscure character,
Lagoon. Would be kinda
honestly,
cool.
I'd have him do Green Arrow.
Yeah, of course he would.
No, I mean, like, just
I feel like
he could make it interesting, especially if he were able to do the quips and stuff and make it
I don't know,
PG-13.
is Green Arrow supposed to be comedic?
Yes, but he
'Cause
also
I see
has
him
a
as more
point.
serious.
He also has a point where it gets really annoying
Okay.
because he gets very political and social justice warrior-y.
Oh.
That's one thing that draws me away from Green Arrow at times. But if you just kind of take out the politic side of it, and like, it's really easy to do the political stuff when you're talking like mass corruption and you're fighting against that. That's cool. But when we're just going over like back and forth shit we hear on the news every day, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I'm done.
Yeah. Like, some of the greatest comics are like when you're doing like the whole like secret society and you're fighting against them. Like that kind of political stuff is okay with me.
Right.
The everyday shit that we're still dealing with in real life is nauseous because it's just a way to get your opinion out.
For sure.
And I'm like, ugh.
If I had to choose a director to direct a Green Arrow movie and you had like a Charlie Hunnam in the role, Guy Ritchie.
But I feel like Guy Ritchie would make him British.
He probably would. But just the style of like take the style from Sherlock Holmes, cinematography wise, and like
Okay.
the action. scenes.
The Robert Downey Jr. one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that would work for a Green Arrow. Even the King Arthur visuals would work for that.
See, and I enjoyed that film. It should have been a lot better than it was, though.
King Arthur.
Yeah.
Visually, it was really cool.
Yeah, visually it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I did enjoy The Gentleman, though. And I thought
Never saw it.
he was pretty good in The Gentleman.
Okay.
Charlie Hunnam.
Because Guy Ritchie has a very chaotic kind of style,
Oh yeah, 100%.
which I think would work with that.
Oh yeah, 100%. But if I had to pick anybody other than Green Arrow, because obviously, like, you know,
Yeah.
for James Gunn to pick, either I was gonna say the Atom, but we've already had a shrinking dude, and I don't feel like we really need that again right now.
Yeah, we would need another shrinking dude.
Zatanna,
Okay.
something like
The
really
magic
out of left
chick?
field. Yeah,
Yeah.
she would be interesting.
Yeah, that's Marvel, right?
Yeah, either that or a Teen Titans. No, that's
it's
DC.
DC, yeah.
Either that or a Teen Titans movie,
Teen Titans movie would be interesting.
especially if it's like legit teens.
My friend CJ at work keeps telling me to watch the Titans show.
It's
He says
It's definitely it's definitely, there are some episodes that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are other episodes where you're just like, this is complete filler bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. I haven't even finished season 3, but the first 2 seasons are decent.
Okay.
It's knowing your viewing habits, you won't make it through it.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. Like, if it doesn't catch you early, you're done.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
And it's not even an attention span thing. It's just a
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
There are shows like I was so into the first season of The Witcher. I have to really sit and try to like buckle down and watch stuff now. And the second season's just not catching me.
Okay. You know what's fucked up? Was it 2 nights ago? I watched Final Destination 5.
Oh, no.
And I don't even know why. I was on Netflix and I like scrolled over and like, oh, let's see.
I think it's the only one I haven't seen.
It's bad. I ended up watching the whole thing. It was just fucking horrible. I just fucking like spaced out and watched the whole thing.
Final Destination
3 is the roller coaster. That's the best
Final
one.
Destination 2 is on the highway.
Yes.
Final Destination 1's the airplane.
Yes.
Final Destination 4 then?
Don't remember.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same
Final
page.
Destination 5. No, it goes 4 is the Final Destination.
Yes.
And then 5 is
Final Destination
fucking horrible.
Oh, I guess I got another franchise to catch up on, I guess, because
No.
I loved the first 3.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of horror movies. The first 3 are good, but then they don't.
You can only recycle the same idea so many times.
Yeah.
Like, Saw could have been really good.
If you stopped at 3. I mean, even after
or
that,
at least
they could have
take
went
your
good.
time.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do is space some shit out and make it work.
Yeah. But no, like I said, it's a gimmick, a Halloween thing.
Yeah.
If it's Halloween, it must be Saw.
Just before we do, because we're already off the rails.
We're
Do you
off
have-
the fucking rails.
Do you have any more thoughts on Peacemaker? Just closing thoughts.
The reveal of what the butterflies are is pretty interesting to me. I liked how he was communicating to the main butterfly, or whatever, in the jar.
Yeah.
Like one knock means
Well,
yes, and
I
2
didn't
knocks
realize
means
that
no.
was the queen for the longest time.
Yeah,
Like, that's nuts.
yeah.
The knocking was funny. And then
Yeah.
he does like the peace sign. He's like, is that a peace sign?
Yeah. And then when he's like yes or no questions, and fucking Vigilante asks him some like wild ass questions anyway.
Also, one thing that I'm really curious to see, and I don't know if it's coming in the episode that came out yesterday. Where does that stuff come from?
The goo,
Yeah.
what they eat.
The raw amber fluid, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because they call it a cow.
yeah.
So is it an actual like beast that they're like milking?
If I would lean that way because the show's already wild. So
It is fucking out there.
Yeah, I mean, you see these fucking bugs coming in on spaceships. That's fucking wild.
So is final battle between Peacemaker and a butterfly, or is it Peacemaker and White Dragon?
I don't think White Dragon will be defeated completely in the first season.
Are they going to make this a multiple season show?
I thought they were.
I wasn't sure.
I could be wrong, but yeah, I mean,
I don't feel like
7 episodes seems too short.
Well, no, it's 10 episodes. Season.
Oh, is it 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely like my thing is I love DC, and this is something me and you have gone over a million times. They just don't have a foundation or a plan right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like they can barely look past the weekend half the time.
Yeah.
Like kids in high school. So I don't have faith in them actually planning out a second season until it's here.
I think I disagree. I think if James Gunn isn't ahead of it, I think he already has a plan for a second season.
If he's involved, I can see.
If we're talking about something else that James Gunn is not included in, then yeah, there probably is no fucking plan. It's all about who's running it.
What if James Gunn didn't want to return?
Then I don't think you do it. I don't think you do, because I mean, he directed episode 1, 2, 3, and 6. He didn't direct 4 and 5. Those were.
Did he direct any after those? Because I'm pretty sure it's a 10-episode season.
I haven't seen anything of that, but
Maybe that's stuff that will come out later.
But even then, he still wrote, I think, the whole season.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure he did.
yeah, as long as he's involved, I think it'll be good. But
And you know what
Yeah, I don't
sucks about this series is the fact that unless they introduce Calendar Man or show Weasel, we don't get. I can't think of James Gunn's brother's name right now.
Sean
Gunn. And it just feels like a James Gunn project isn't complete without him.
Calendar Man would be interesting. He could show up. That'd be kind of cool.
It would. But how would you explain that?
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah.
Weasel would at least be semi-explainable because he survived.
He's just on by himself.
Like, he could just... It would be hilarious if, like, John Cena just beat the shit out of the White Dragon, and then out of nowhere, Weasel comes over and just, like, pisses on him. Just no reason to the story, just to do it.
Right.
I don't know. I think I feel like Sean Gunn is hiding somewhere in the show, just because that's the way they operate.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we've already seen him without seeing him.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either.
I'm just thinking now we haven't seen the Queen Butterfly yet.
I thought it was the dude he killed, and then she took over the Asian chick, and then that's why that like swarm comes in behind her.
Okay, because for some reason I was thinking like the Queen's gonna be like the cow, like it's like a huge one.
See, and I thought that at first too, but then I was watching like recap videos and stuff, and they basically like said like, oh, this is the Queen and stuff.
It's kind of underwhelming for a Queen.
Yeah,
like you would think a Queen would be bigger or something. The Queen alien.
Yeah,
looks different than the other aliens.
You would definitely think so, but I mean that's the way it is in bee culture. Like the queen bee doesn't look much different.
Yeah. Are those in the comics, the butterflies?
I have no fucking clue.
I haven't even looked at
it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sure they are.
Because he's super deep cuts kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, Starro. Who the fuck was going to put Starro in a movie?
I was waiting for someone to put Starro, because that was the very first villain the Justice League ever fought.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that it is that deep, like, much of a deep cut is kind of crazy.
He also makes a cameo appearance in Arkham Knight, Batgirl DLC.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a few times that they do some Starro DLCs in the Arkham games. Mm-hmm. And they do a lot of, like, especially in, like, the Teen Titans, or not Teen Titans, Young Justice TV show. They've done that, and then also in the Justice League, the animated series, they did that a few times.
Right.
I don't know. We can go on deep cut stuff forever.
Yeah.
And we can really get lost in it the way we have. But, so final thoughts on Peacemaker. Dope show. Highly recommend it.
Yes.
I want to move past all of this fucking month. Like, just at least make it to where I only have 3 days to wait.
And that's going to be horrible. The week of is going to be horrible. The day of is going to be horrible.
I'm taking the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th off. I need rehab time.
How many times are you going to pregame before the movie? Like, you know what I mean, pregame.
Are you talking about jerking off?
Yeah. I might do it 3 times before we go to the movie.
I'm going to not jerk off until after the film.
Okay.
Because then I'll have some fuel to jerk off, too.
Bring a blanket to the movie.
I mean, my wife will be there with me.
Whoa!
That won't work very well.
Well, I'll bring a blanket.
You
know what I'm doing under the blanket?
I'll cut a hole in the popcorn.
Oh, you can do that?
That seems risky.
Really does. Because, like, if you get that butter on your dick, it's very...
That's not what I'm worried about.
Like, oily.
I'm not worried about the oil at all. I'm worried about, like, the jail time.
Jail time?
Jail time.
Oh, jail time. Who
what
would
did you think
send you...
What?
Who would send you to jail? Your wife?
Anybody who catches or hears all the rustling around of the popcorn going, shake, 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 shake.
No, you wait till it's empty.
And then I'm just like, da, 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 da. I wouldn't be able to focus on the film.
No, you put your dick in the thing with those popcorn in it, but then once the popcorn's gone, then...
Maybe if we're watching Titanic. I can't do that to the Batman.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a little hack. You get the large popcorn, you put your dick in it, and then you have her put her hand through, whoever, through the side of it.
You got 2 holes in this bitch?
Yeah.
Why? That seems like too many steps.
So, because if
the box is gonna lift.
No, but if somebody puts their hand inside, it's gonna be like noticeable like this, right? But if you put your hand in, you just have to do this. That's all you have to do.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, do you have any closing statements for this 71st episode of the SuperThwak podcast?
We're 71 times into this and we're still broke. So if you would please share this, subscribe, like, everything. Don't be a bitch. I don't know. Yeah, just share this around, dude.
Absolutely. With that being said,
We're coming for that ass.
with that being said,
As soon as we're in the game, it's fucking over.
follow us on Instagram,
Last
Twitter,
year I was nobody. This year I'm selling records.
Facebook.
Now everybody wants to come around like I own something.
That's just the way I am.
Fuck you want from me? Too?
God. All right, and TikTok. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on all those. And definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like, subscribe, and definitely comment on those. Leave some questions for us to answer for you. And then make sure to listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to like, rate, and subscribe those. It really helps us reach out to other viewers, and we really appreciate it. And with that being said, my name is Anthony Stevens.
Damian Leba.
Peace.
Peace.